Well, hello gang, welcome back once again to the Long Dark Interloper. My name is Lonelywolf, and it has been a fair little while since we've been here with Interloper. So just to recap what happened last time, we got assaulted almost by a wolf. He took down a deer near here, and so we almost got assaulted by him, but we were able to flare him, except we missed hitting him. Then tried to light a fire to get that deer carcass, because we need deer carcasses to start getting warm around here. And failed to do that, because the ghost bear popped up, which I haven't played since the update. The ghost bear should no longer be a thing to the degree it was. But we do know the bear's in that area, which means that deer the wolf killed is probably not a possible deer for us to get, just due to how the bear functions. So our goal now is to get up the deer carcasses we can hit up. So to that end, we're headed off back to the dam to get the deer carcasses there. There's two there. One out by the trailers, which will be dangerous because of a wolf, but no bear, so manageable. And there's two in the ravine I can probably get. Depends on if I want to climb down the rope or not. At least one in the ravine I can get. We could even head over back into Coastal Highway and grab a deer from over there as well. But there's no guarantees as to what we're going to end up doing here. For now, we're just trying to play it safe. We're trying to go slow. We're trying to be careful. And we're trying to get the gear together so that we can survive. We're still managing to stay a little warm in the afternoons. Not by a whole lot. Enough to walk for a while. But it's still detrimental to our health to be without full gear yet. So that's the plan, is to be able to get up to full gear. So we're planning to start with a deer gear until we can get enough materials put together to get a bow, at which point we'll begin hunting the wolves in earnest to get our wolf skin gear put up. After that, we might move on to bears, but not positive. We also need to hit a moose up at some point as well. Just to get that moose hide satchel. I was really hoping for the moose to be at the Quonset garage back when we were in Coastal Highway. It would have made life a lot more interesting, certainly easier for us. As it stands now, that's not going to be the case. It's just not possible because he's not there. The moose, however, if I recall correctly, is down over here by the trailers, or at least has the potential to be there depending on the day. Whether it's a good day or a bad day, who knows. But we hope to be able to bag the moose soon. It has been a fair while since I've done some Interloper, so I know some of you guys are going to be excited for it. I say that, video-wise, Interloper's actually held out pretty long on YouTube just because I had a huge backlog of recordings of it. But honestly, I think it's been over a month since I've actually opened the save to play. Have done a little bit of footage reviewing to make sure we were where we needed to be and where we're going, just so I could remember where we had been. But yeah, as it stands right now, we're just trying to get kitted out while avoiding the wolves, because they've been pretty mean to me so far. We've gotten off relatively luckily with a good couple of scrapes and scares that probably should have been the end of the run, but RNG decided to bless us with a new lease on life. So we're going to take our chances here. How much food do I have? Only stuff I'm kind of dangerously willing to eat, and the cattails, which aren't many. I really do need to start getting food set in soon. It is Interloper. The cold is your primary concern, and after the cold becomes food. Most players utilize the starving method. I think I've discussed this before, but if not, I'll discuss it again, and maybe you've never seen me discuss it before, so some good tips for you if you've never heard it. Starving method is where, well, as you notice by my icons down below, you literally starve yourself throughout the day. I just want these sticks. Come on, game. Bless me with a little reach here. Where you starve yourself throughout the day in an effort to conserve calories, then only eat before sleeping so you can recover your condition at night. That tends to be the preferred method, but since the update back in December, they added the well-fed bonus, which changes the way the game's played to a degree. It gives you increased carrying capacity if you've the time to keep yourself full, which is a super huge benefit. And coming up here may not have really been a good idea for me, but whatever. That's why it wasn't a good idea. Sprains are annoying. What do I have meds-wise? I only have 2 teas. Well, bring some calories in as well. We might as well. I don't really want to be out and about without the ability to swing a hammer or fire a flare. Pretty sure we've already looted these guys up before. The weather's not exactly great for us now, is it? But we're still going to double check and make sure we've got every lootable item out of here that's going to be of importance to us. It is Interloper. Every item becomes important as the game drags on. But I'm pretty sure I've already gotten everything. Oh, maybe I haven't visited here yet. If I haven't, well, I doubt there's going to be much. Said the game seems to think a hoodie's a good idea. Ugh, kind of a bad hoodie. I really need some better gear, and soon. I'm not too worried about the socks. They're not that important, but we might be able to find something in these trailers to help us out. Might. We're still warm-ish. Wind's picked up though, and night's coming. If the weather holds, we can get a fire lit and hopefully get some of that deer harvested. Searched, so I have been through here. Okay. Alright, mag lens, that must mean I still have one on me? No. Maybe? Yeah, I do, okay. Now the books, which may or may not be interested in the coal, is a good item. I'll snag that back. Other heavy hammer I am not interested in, I don't need it. I already have one on me. That's my weapon of choice right now for dealing with wolves. High chance of just instantly bonking the wolf off you, which we saw in a previous episode. So I'm a little partial to the hammer right now. We may decide to take a quick nap for a little bit before we push off to the deer carcass, just to get warm and to hopefully let this wind pass by, as this wind is quite detrimental to our movement. Which makes dealing with wolves rather annoying. Plus it may go full blizzard, and I'd rather be someplace safe for that. And yes, I've already been through you, but I'll grab your feathers kindly. Yeah, I think we'll rest for like an hour. See what the weather does in an hour's time. It may clear up or it may get worse. Alright, so if we're gonna rest an hour, we need a cattail or two. Yeah, 1 hour, we're good. How are we on water? Oh, we're good. Honestly, it may be no better now than it was earlier, but at least we'll be fully warm for the trip, or close to it. And if the weather stays calm enough, we can get those deer harvested. Doesn't look to be much different than it was to begin with, but that's okay. I'm warm enough to make the full trip now. And we're lightly rested. Half fatigued. I'm comfortable with half fatigue. Not really for dealing with wolves, but for walking. I still have 2 flare shells left we can utilize at my discretion, but we'll see. I think in the future I'll begin optimizing my runs a little bit better. As it stands, I've been running around on my loot escapades, I guess is what we could call them. My loot-scapades. In an attempt to collect the initial bulk of loot and just leaving deer carcasses behind for later, but I think now we may want to change that mindset up a little bit in future runs if we end up losing this run. I really hope we don't, but we may. Anyway, either way, and while we come across deer carcasses, utilize the time then to collect them instead of waiting. And I think there's a deer carcass down around here somewhere as well. By the train tracks. There's one back at derailment. Not interested in that one right now due to the wolves over there. I'm interested in the one that's over here. If the wind cooperates, it's still too windy to bother with a fire. The moose should be in the area. He wasn't last time we walked through, but his markings are here. He should show up. If this wind calms down completely, we'll probably consider getting this deer. But it hasn't decided to be of benefit to us yet. It's rather impeding at the moment. Yep. I think we'll just push for the trailers in the logging camp, or not the logging camp, the dam in general. Unless this wind is committed to calming down, I don't really feel comfortable lighting a fire. It's just going to be a waste of resources. I will grab the feathers, though, from my beautiful feather farm. Once we get into a position to get arrows, those feathers will be in good handy. Alright, now's the time to start pushing. Sprinting into the wind is not exactly what I would recommend on a daily basis, but we do need to get to shelter. I also gotta watch out for that cagey little wolf under this bridge. He's an annoying little brat. Has ended many a player's run. I don't think he's ever ended one of mine yet, but he's been cheeky. Sounds like he might be up over by the trailers instead. I don't see the moose down there, but it's not fully confidence inspiring as a route. We will attempt the bridge. So far, no signs of the moose. Just kind of sad. I want him to show up at some point so we can get his hide. If Wolf's up by the trailers, he might be, who knows. We just need to get inside and check our temperature and everything. Plan ahead here. We may have some stuff still stored in here. Yeah, I do. Okay, this is my current feather farm. Not much in the way of food. We'll try eating that tonight. Gonna be a little sketch. And everything else is empty. Alright. Let's go check that deer carcass, see if we can't be bothered with a, Oh, yeah, the wind stopped now. Should be able to just get a fire lit and go ham. I don't think it's light enough anymore to get a proper mag lens fire off, which means we'll have to use a match. Isn't there always a deer in here? I thought there was. Have they removed the deer that's typically in here? Looks that way. It's a shame. 'Twas a fun deer to get. Okay, well, with that deer not being here, now we gotta go check for the other deer. There's those crows up there. What about the deer that's occasionally right here? No, he's not here either. Okay. Not exactly what I'd call a confidence-inspiring start in collecting deer carcasses. Totally not a good turn of events here. Well, we're too cold to continue wasting condition outside, so we do need to get inside and rest at this point. Now we're going to need to think about where we're going to go to get deer carcasses. I guess we'll just have to head into the ravine and snag those ones. But that's going to have to wait for another episode. I guess until then, I've been Lonely Wolf. See you next time. Stay safe and stay warm out there.